A model upon you at Jerusalem, stand and face Jerusalem. Blessing of the Sabbath. Barakatha Yahweh. Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Asherah. Nathan Lanawa. Hashabath. Bashalawam. Thorwada. Amen. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the Sabbath and peace. Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121. Anya Harayim Ma'ayanyam Ya Harayim Ma'ayan Yabawa'a Isaiah Yabawa'a Ma'yahawa Sha'aisha Shamayim Wa'arataza La'a Yanathan Lamawat Regalia, Yala'a, Yanawam, Shashamarka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shashawama, Yasharella, Yahweh, Shamaya, Yahweh, Tazalia, Ion, Yad, Yum Ya. Yawamam, Hashamash, La'a, Hakaya, Wayarat, La'a, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamaya, Makal, Rai, Yashamar, Napasha, Yahweh, Yashamar, Hawalakia, Wabawa'aya, Ma'aitha, Wa'aid, Iwalam, Bahasham, Yahushai, Thorwada, Amen.
Psalms 121. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Amen.
Amen. Shema Yasharallah, Hail Israel. Shema Yasharallah, Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh, Echad. Shema Yasharallah, Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh, Echad. Shema Yasharallah, Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh, Echad.
Deuteronomy 6:4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Amen.
Amen. Tapala Yahweh, the Lord's Prayer. Abi Yanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwatha, Thaba'ah, Ratazawanka, Haya, Aisha, Barataza, Ka, Bashamayim, Nathalanawa, Lakam, Yawum, Za, Wasalakwanawa, Kabawathnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawathyanawa, Wala'a, Habiyanawa, O Nasayawan, Abo, Hawashinawa, Mara, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wahata Pa'arath, La'awalam, Aman.
Matthew 6 and 9. After this manner, therefore pray, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.
Amen. Ha'asharamatazawath, the Ten Commandments. La'ah, Yahaya, Lakah, Alahayim, Akarim, Alpanya, La'ah, Daisha, Lakah, Hasol, Wala'ah, Thaibadam, La'ah, Dalakwaka, Shamwa, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Lashua, Zakar, Ath, Hayawum, Hashabath, Lakodashwa, Kabad, Abiaka, Wa'amaka, La'ah, Daratazak, La'ah, Thana'ak, La'ah, Daganab, La'ah, Da'ina, Shakur, La'ah, Dakamad, Ko, Asherah, La'ra'ayaka, Aman.
Exodus 20 and 2. I am the Lord thy God, which I brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt not have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold in guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Amen.
Aman. Yeshabwa, be seated. Barakatha Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Asherah, Nathan Lanawa, Par Yahagapin, Thawada Amun, La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Ath Yasha Allah. English translation. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives us the fruit of the vine. Thank you, so be it. To Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, with Israel. I model upon you, Jerusalem, stand and face Jerusalem. Barakatha Yahweh, Hagadol, Rakwam, Abiyar, Wanara'a, Aliyawan, Malak, Shal, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, Wakol, Dabayim, Kayayim, Wagum, Hamashiach, Mayahawa, Adawanawa, Ahabnawa, Hapala, Yawa'itazah, Yahweh Shai, Zakarnawa, Yahweh, Baratazawan, Anka, Yasha'Allah, Izarnawa, Bana, Wasa, Yasha'Allah, Oh, Nanawa, Yum Yun, Aitha, Kayawamyum, Makwadam, Baba Kusha, Shalak, Mayaka'Allah, Wahatazawadak, Alahayim, La, Maganawa, Rapanawa, Washamar, Alnawa, Ba'ikor, Shalak, Haroka, Shal, Yahweh Shai, Lanawa, Lalamanawa, Rabium, Kakama, Sabawana, Wada'ith, Shal, Dabarka, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Thawada, Samyad, Wa'iwalam, Amun. English translation. Blessed are you, Yahweh, the great, merciful, mighty, terrible, most high power, King of heaven and earth and all things living. And also the anointed from Yahweh, our Lord, our friend, the wonderful counselor, Yahweh Shai. Remember us, Yahweh, favorably, your people Israel. Help us build and gather Israel. Most high, we beg you right now, like the days of old. Please send Michael and the righteous powers to protect us, heal us, and watch over us. Mainly send the spirit of Yahweh Shai to us to teach us much wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of thy word. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always and forever. So be it. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai that gives to us the law. Barakatha Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Asherah. Athalanawa. Hathawara. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai that gives to us light to see. Barakatha Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Asherah. Athalanawa. Or war. Lara Awak. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai that gives to us the rams who want to call the people. Barakatha Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Asherah. Athalanawa. Koran. Ha'ayal. La Korah. Ha'aim. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai that gives to us the olive oil to anoint Israel. Barakatha Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Asherah. Athalanawa. Hashaman. Zayath. Lamashak. Yasha'Allah. Yeshabah. Be seated.
I'm using some Windex, okay? We'll break you out of there.
Mommy.
Yeah, mommy, nothing.
Mommy.
Beat your mama's not work.
Mommy, what's the music?
Yeah, thank you. I'm about to take what you want to. No, I took the trash out down the street. So we had that frame.
All right. Shalom,
It
Yasha'Allah.
don't smell like it now.
Shalom.
Ashar Shabbat, a happy Sabbath to those who are here in the school, listening on the teleconference line, and also watching us on the live stream. Again, happy first Sabbath in the new year. New moon was Thursday night, and this is the first Sabbath. So hopefully everybody's having a Tawab and blessed Sabbath day. This is Hayash Allah Kanaz that you tune into, which stands for the Congregation of Israel, the uniting of our brothers and sisters, those who are of the 12 tribes of the law, 12 tribes in the nation of Israel, determined by your ancestry on your father's side, going back 3 generations in ancestry for those who are Native Indians, Native Seminole Indians, also known as the Hispanics throughout North, Central, and South America, as well as the so-called Negroes who came over during the diaspora and slavery in the early 1600s, late 1500s, early 1600s. Represent of the nation of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, going according to Bible prophecy and history. That's where we find out our ideology, our heritage, and our nationality. Not only us, but we find all nations in the Bible according to the Most High's word. And we can line them up to current events of today. But what's most important is for us to come back to the Most High, come back to Christ and his will with statutes and commandments found throughout the Bible. King James Version preferably if you're reading in English, because that's the one that closely aligns to the Hebrew that you read in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, or even in the modern Hebrew, closely aligns to the original. And it teaches us the dietary laws, ceremonial laws, moral and civil laws that we're supposed to be keeping as a doctrine and an order to substantiate us as men and women, daughters and sons, servants of the Most High. Without it, we're lost. We're dead to the Lord, right? Hence the condition that he has his people in, because we broke those commandments. We broke his will, or we broke the agreement that was given to us back then, right? So we come together weekly on the Sabbath day, but we also come together throughout the week, right? We also fellowship one another. We also tie in ourselves to the Lord through prayer, through meditation, and through works, right? The works that we do, whether it's helping out our neighbor, teaching them, feeding them, clothing them, doing all of these things in the spirit of truth and in the spirit of Christ, right? So this is something that we're supposed to do effortlessly. This is something that we should do sincerely, with an unfeigned heart toward the Most High in Christ and toward our people. So the way in which you get that is by exercising the things that's written in the scriptures, meaning continually doing them. That's how you shed off that negativity that we get from society, that crabs in the barrel mentality, that I'm only out for myself mentality, that I'm of this people and that people, I'm absorbing every custom and culture. But that's not what the Lord wants us to do. He wants us to follow his way and his will only. All right. So we're going to proceed to today's Sabbath service lesson. It's going to be found in the book of Numbers. We're in Numbers, the 25th and the 26th chapters today for this lesson. Most High's will, everyone's in good spirits. Salakia for the late start. Had to take care of some things this morning due to my absence for the past couple of weeks. Had to get some things done for school. But Most High's will, everybody is still in tune. So we're going to read first the Hebrew. Hopefully the Kahan was able to email that out for those who do follow along in Hebrew and able to read. It might be in your inbox. First chapter's pretty short, not too long. So Numbers 25 and 1 starts with Wayashab. Wayashab Yasha'Allah. All right, so it reads Wayashab Yasha'Allah Bashatim Wayakol Ha'aim Lazanawath O Banawath Mawa'ab Mawa'ab, verse 2. Wathakwa Rana La'aim Lazabakia Alahayahan Waya Akol Ha'aim Wayasha Thakwa La Allah Yahain. So like La Allah Yahan. They got like their guys. Verse 3. Waya Taza Mad Yasha Allah Laba'ayo Pa'ai War Waya Kar Ab Yahweh Bayasha Allah. Verse 4. Waya Amar Yahweh Al Mashar Kwak Al Salak Ath Ko Ra'ashya Ha'ain Waha Wakwai Awa Thumb La Yahweh Nagad Hasha Mash Waya Shab Kara One Ap Yahweh Mayasha Allah. Verse 5. Waya Amar Masha Al Shapatya Yasha Allah Haragwa Ayash Anashua Hana Tazamadyam Laba'il Pa'ai War, verse 6. Waha Na Ayash Ma Bunyam Yasha Allah Ba'a Waya Korab O Akwa Ath Hamada Yun Yath La'ai Yunya Masha Wala'ai Yunya Ko Idath Bunyam Yasha Allah Waha Ma Bakyam Pathak Aho Mawa'id, verse 7. Waya Ra'a Paya Nakas Bun Allah Izar Eleazar Bun Aha Run Haka Hun Waya Kum Matha Wak Ha'ida Waya Kwak Ra Mak Ba Yadwa, verse 8. Waya Ba'a Akar Ayash Yasha Allah O Hakwa Ba Waya da Kor Ath Shunyaham Ath Ayash Yasha Allah Wa Ath Ha'a Shah O Kwaba Fa Watha I Tazar Hama Gapa Ma'ayo Bunyam Yasha Allah, verse 9. Wayahayawa Ha Mathyam Bama Gapa Araba I Wa Aishara Yum Alap, verse 10. Wayada Bar Yahawa Al Mashal La Amar, verse 11. Payana Kas Bun Ala Izar Bun Aha Run Haka Hun Hasha Yab Ath Kamathya Ma'ail Bunyam Yasha Allah Bakwa Nawa Ath Kwan Nathia Bathawa Kam Wala'a Kala Yathya Ath Bunyam Yasha Allah Bakwana Athya, verse 12. Oh, that's his name. Payanakas. All right, verse 12. Lakan Amar Hananya Nathan Lawa Ath Bara Yathya Shalawam. Peace. Verse 13. Wahaya Tha Lawa Wala Zaraiwa Akaryawa Bara Ath Kaha Thun I Walam Thakath Ashara Kona La Allah Hayawa Wayaka Par Io Bunyam Yasha Allah. Verse 14. Washam Ayash Yasha Allah Hamaka Ashara Haka Ath Hamada Yath Zamaria Bun Salah Wa Nashaya Bayath Abba Lasha Ma'anya, verse 15. Abba's for chief as well. So chief and father is the same. Yeah. Verse 15. Washam ha'a shah hamaka hama the yanyath kasabia ba bath tazawar ra'ash ama wath bayath abba bama the yun hawa'a. Verse 16. Wayadabar Yahawa al Mashal Amar, verse 17. Tazara War Ath Hamada Yunyam Wahaka Yathum Our Thumb, verse 18. Kaya Tazararium Hum Lakam Bana Kolyaham Asherah Nakowa Lakam Io Dabar Pa'ai War Wa'io Dabar Kazabia Bath Nasha Ya Madayan Kathma Hama Ka Baya Wum Hama Kapa Io Dabar Pa'ai War. And that was it. 18 verses.
Well, I can read this one here, Jonathan. Just like these letters right here. In the black book. That's cool though. I'm gonna get me a book. Start cheating over Jesus English. We in Numbers.
There's no cheating on this one.
Hey, you right about
you either know it or you don't.
Well, I don't. All right. Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so this is Numbers 25th chapter and the first verse. It says, and Israel abode in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. And they called their people, and they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods. And the people did eat and bow down to their gods, right? So when Israel was in this region near the people of Moab, Israel started to go marrying their daughters, right? Having marriages and sleeping and having children with their daughters. And what that caused was for Israel to go and start exploring other gods, right? It's the same thing we were reading last night in Genesis 6 when it talks about the sons of God went into the daughters of men, and it caused wickedness to spread in the earth, right? So that happened for a period of time. The Most High got upset and destroyed everybody except for Noah and his family. Fast forward, then you see that happen continuously when the Most High advised us, Israel, to not go in unto their daughters, right? Don't give your sons to their daughters. Don't give their daughters to your sons, because it will cause you to go a-whoring after other gods, right?
Yeah.
Sacrificing to these gods. So you can go to Exodus. Go to Exodus, 34th chapter. I'm gonna start at 11. I'm gonna go down to 16.
Go on.
Exodus 34 and 11. There's a car, if you can read that loudly, Baba Kushal, please.
Exodus 34:11. Observe thou that which I command thee this day. Behold, I drive out before thee the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites.
Right. So the Most High said, pay attention, observe what I'm doing. I'm driving them out. I'm trying to move them out so that you can go and take their land. Right? Read.
Take heed to thyself, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, whether thou goest, lest it be for a snare in the midst of thee.
So make sure you pay attention to yourselves, that you don't go and you make a covenant with the people that live in the land. And if you make that covenant or agreement with them, then what that's going to lead to is being a snare unto you in the land. How so? Read.
But ye shall destroy their altars, break their image, and cut down their roots.
So then once you come in the midst of them, all of their idols, all their false gods, they're supposed to be taken out when you come into this land. Don't leave them there. Take them down. Right? Read.
For thou shalt worship no other gods. For the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God.
Right. Thou shalt worship no other gods. For the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous power. Right? He don't want, it's like a man with his wife. He don't want his wife to go and start looking at someone else. We're supposed to be married to the Lord. Once that man sees his wife spying or being enticed by someone else, he's going to get jealous. He's ready to kill. Right? Both him and her. Right? So the Most High says, listen, don't deal with no other gods. Destroy all of their false gods. Because if you don't, read.
Lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they go whoring after their gods.
Now it says, and they go whoring after their gods. When you think of whoring, what do you think of?
Oh, somebody say, cheating, tricking.
Right, somebody that's going out there being very promiscuous around town, right? But now that's physical whoring. This is a spiritual whoring, right? The Lord is saying, listen, you're supposed to be tied to me. Now you're going from one God to the next God to the next God. Now you're going to whoring out there, leaving me alone, leaving me left here, right? Read.
And do sacrifices to their gods, and one call thee, and thou eat of his sacrifice. Right.
So now it says, and then you go and sacrifice to their gods, meaning what?
Give yourself over to him.
Okay, what else? That's part. What else?
Living on the world.
That's the same. You sacrifice as far as for following their rituals and their customs. What else?
Leaving God, leaving our Father to go follow other gods.
All right, that's part of it. What does it mean when he says sacrifice unto their gods? And do sacrifice unto their gods. When we sacrifice for the Most High, what do?
We get rid of everything. We just deal with them.
Also, we sacrifice animals, right? We went and got animals and made that become a burnt offering or a sacrifice unto the Lord, right? Now, after we did the sacrifices, what did also we do? Right? Outside of just giving the burnt offering, we also ate of the sacrifices that we gave to the Most High. So that's why it says here, and do sacrifice unto their gods, and one call thee, and thou eat of his sacrifice, right? So now it's the offering, and then you eating. Now, what does the Most High say about us eating of the sacrifices? Hold this and go to 1 Corinthians 10. 1 Corinthians 10. And 26.
It says, for the earth is the Lord and the fulfillment thereof.
For it says, for the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof, meaning everything that's created in the earth comes from the Most High, right?
Right.
Everything, right? Read.
If any of them that believe not bid you to a feast, and ye be disposed to go, whatsoever is set before you, eat, asking no questions for conscience sake.
What does that mean?
Y'all can out?
If any of them that believe not bid you to a feast. Let's pause there. If any of them that believe not, what does that mean? Believe not what?
God's word.
They don't believe the truth, right? Now it says bid you to a feast. What does that mean? Bid you to a feast.
Well, they're gonna have a cookout, food.
Right. They're gonna have a little banquet food, call you over to come break some bread, right? So these are people who is company with you, but they're not in the truth. Right. If any of them that don't believe bid you to a feast, it says, and you be disposed to go, meaning you like, you know, okay, I agree to go, right? I'm gonna be there. What time? Cool. It's not on the holy days, not on the Sabbath. Okay, fine. I'll be there. It says, whatsoever is set before you, eat asking no question for conscience sake. So what does it mean when it says whatsoever is set before you?
No matter what, you gonna eat.
Is that what it means?
Whatsoever
Okay.
is set before you. Like just like we going over my cousin how me.
Uh-huh.
I'm always ready to go for Thanksgiving and 4th of July. I don't tend to those no more.
Uh-huh. But it says here, if you be disposed to go to a non-believer's function, whatsoever is set before you. So when it says whatsoever, if they put an unclean animal in front of you, are you supposed to eat it?
No, boy.
Right. So what is this referring to when it says whatsoever? Yeah, come on. You got family and friends. They invite you over on a regular day. That's not violating any holiday, any holy days, anything like that. But they bring you over and they say, hey, I'm having something for the family. Can you come over? You're like, oh yeah, I'll be there. Right. And then you go over there and they got food on the table. Right. They're not in the truth, but they got food on the table. And guess what you normally do? You eat. Yeah, right. But now when it's talking about whatsoever is set before you, whatsoever is lawful according to the law that is set before you, you eat, right? The thing about this is people who are not in the truth. So now it's just not compelling that you only socialize with people who are in the truth. No, you're going to go and start fellowshipping with people who are not. Christ was a good example of that. He went to the publican's house who bid him to a feast. So pretty sure that they would put lawful food for him to eat. But now he don't believe, okay, cool, I can sit down and break bread with him. Maybe I can talk to him and we get into good conversations, right? So that's not a problem. It's just giving advice on what you do, right? You're not going over there asking questions about every type of meal, right? You don't normally do that. You go over there, you see some chicken, you may see some macaroni and cheese, you may see some collards, you may see some jello rice, you may see whatever it is, you're going to go and eat. But now, read on. 28.
But if any man say unto you, this is offering and sacrifice to idols, eat not for his sake that shows it, and for the conscience sake, for the earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof. Right.
So now if a person now invites you over and they said that this is for an idol sacrifice.
No.
Right? This is in honor of this day. This is in honor of this event. This is in honor of this person, and it's idol worship or centered around idolatry. It says, eat not for his sake that showed it. Say, no, you know what? Nah, I can't partake in that. No, I'm not coming for that. Right? Because this is centered around something that is now a poison to the mind of our people to follow something that's not right. It says, eat not for his sake that showed it, and for conscience sake. For the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof, it's going to continue on and explain what it's talking about. Keep going.
Verse 29, conscience, I say, not thy own, but of the other.
Right, so it's not really pertaining to you, it's pertaining to them. Because now what happens is when you say, no, I'm not coming over there, why not? Because what you're dealing with, I don't celebrate that, I don't follow it, that's false. So now the person is thinking like, what? So now it's stirring up their thought process as to what it is you're saying and why it is you're saying, and do I accept it or not? That's going on into their mental, right? Read.
Well, why is my liberty judged of other man's conscience?
So why is my liberty judged of another man's conscience? Why am I being held to what he does or what she does? Right? Because we're supposed to be our brother's keeper. So now if I'm now in this position where I now see something wrong, I'm going to say, no, I'm not eating that for this purpose, to stir their mind. So now we're being held accountable of how we handle and deal with our brothers and sisters. Read.
Well, if I, by grace, be a partaker, why am I evil spoken of for that for which I give thanks?
Right, because remember, it's all drawn back to everything in the earth is of the Lord. The Most High made it all. The chicken the chicken itself by itself ain't bad. The pot roast by itself ain't bad, right? The cranberries by itself ain't bad. But then when you say it's in honor of this, then it becomes evil. Then it becomes bad. So that's why it says, for if I by grace be a partaker, if I'm now being I'm in the spirit, I'm understanding that I don't deal with that, and I partake. Then it says, why am I evil spoken of? Right? Why am I evil spoken of for that which I give thanks? So now here it is, you go and you'll sit down, and everybody else is celebrating this to the idol or to this false god. And then you sit at your table by yourself, and then you set up your prayers in your own mind. How about right? And like you separated from them in your mind, but you're there eating, right? That's when that becomes a bad thing, right? So read on.
Whether therefore ye eat or drink, or whatsoever ye do, do all to the glory of God.
Right, that's what we're supposed to always operate. Everything that we do should be now in honor of the Most High. So any banquet, any food, anything should be to the glory of the Most High. But read on.
Give none offense neither to the Jews, nor to the Gentiles, nor to the church of God. But
don't give any offense to this truth. Don't give any offense where somebody could point you out and be like, hold on. Y'all talking about y'all don't keep this, but he was at the house the other day eating. And he'd be like, well, I bless my food to the Most High. I always bless my, but now it's still, right, but now what happens is the other people don't know that. They don't see what's going on, so they're gonna, but what, thinking that it's okay, right? So it says, no, this is not always about you. This is not about you just understanding it. You now are an example set before everybody else. Read.
Even as I please all men in all things, not seeking my own profit, but the profit of many, that they may be saved.
Right. So I'm not seeking my own profit. It's just not about me. I'm trying to get other people to be saved. Right. I'm trying to get other people to open up their minds so that they can be saved. Right. Remember, Paul thought that he felt that, listen, he wanted to be excommunicated from Yahushua for the whole nation if it was going to get the whole nation saved because of his love for the people. All right, so that was 1 Corinthians 10:26, and I read all the way down to 33. Wow. Now let's go back to Exodus. You can close 1 Corinthians. Let's go back to Exodus 34. Verse 16.
And thou take of their daughters unto thy sons, and their daughters go whoring after their gods, and make thou sons go whoring after their gods.
Right, so that's what happens when you have marriages. You tend to follow after other gods, right? Does it happen all the time? No, right? You may have a marriage where the person may come into marriage and say, listen, I want to serve your God. What's this about your God? I'm going to follow your faith. But that's chance. So the Lord says, avoid that where you have it in that type setting, right? This was back then. Now, as we're fast forward into where we are now, it's a bit different because a lot of us come into the truth after the fact, right? So you may have some circumstances where somebody may come in single and then they're trying to find a marriage partner. You may have it where a lot of us come into the truth. We're already married. And now you're dealing with the understanding of this truth. You may have some who already follow the Bible, but they don't follow the truth of the Bible. They follow Christ or they believe in Christ, but they don't follow the truth about Christ. And it's trying to get that understanding. That's where the New Testament covers that ground as well, right? But now we're just dealing with what was going on back here with Israel and Shittim with Moab and what caused Israel to go whoring after these other guys and dealing with their sacrifices. So now let's go back to Numbers 25.
Verse 3. Or wherever you want to go.
No, I'm not. I'm still up at verse 2. Yep. So it says, and they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods, and the people did eat and bowed down to their gods. They began to worship their gods. Not only eat of the sacrifices, but worship their gods. Meaning like how we have high holy days, they probably had their own holidays where they worship their gods, right? Verse 8, and Israel joined himself unto Baal Peor, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel. So now they're worshiping this Moabite god Baal Peor, and the Most High is hot Jealous.
Verse 3, right?
We're at verse 3, yeah.
You said it.
Hot and jealous
All right.
because of what now the nation is doing. Verse 4.
Mhm.
And the Lord said unto Moses, take all the heads of the people and hang them before the Lord against the sun,
Mm.
that the fierce anger of the Lord may be turned away from Israel. So the Lord is saying, look, all of them people who are the leaders of the people who went and followed after Baal Peor, kill them.
Mm.
Cut their heads off and hang them up as a sign in front of me, in front of everybody.
No.
Right? This is, again, God is love. So when you read about how the Most High has vengeance, imagine that. We go out there and we sin it. Like folks, people out here following after a lot of the mainstream holidays, and the Most High's anger was so raw, and he said, you know what? Go down there and cut all their heads off. People would be like, well, hold on. Whoa, what is this? It's not God-like. This is not love. Why would you do that? What's wrong with that? But we're reading here when we've seen it happen in the past, and the Most High said, and it's not just one time, it's happened several times, where the Most High had to go and have men kill other men for worshiping other gods. That's how serious it is with the Lord. So it said, hang them against the sun so that everybody can see this, right? So that I can now turn away my anger from Israel by taking out, and it's the heads of them, the chief, the leaders. You know, the scripture says, Yahweh shouts at the blind lead the blind. They both, so now I'm gonna start at the head of the people, the chiefs of the people, and kill them. Verse 5, and Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay ye every one his men that were joined unto Baal Peor. Right? So now it came to Moses. Then Moses gave the word for them to go out there, to the executioners, to go out there and start cutting off heads. Right? It says, and behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses, and in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. So here it is, while all this is going on, you had a brother bringing another heathen woman in the midst. It's like we had a function and we pro-black, and all of a sudden you got somebody who walk in here with the palest one, right? We hate this, like it's like the record just, it's like, you just saying walk up in here like that, right? We had a doggone pro-black party here. What the heck is this? We're trying to get ourselves right? Because that's what was going on. The Most High is trying to clean shop, trying to get us away from following after the heathen customs. This was one of the main problems, because he did what? We married the women of the other nations, what caused us to go whoring after their gods. So while this is going on, who stroll up in the camp with this heathen woman? Now you mentioned, I think it was last night or this evening, you mentioned with Moses, right?
Yeah,
right. No. No. Go to not Moses, Aaron. No, was it? Moses, Ethiopian, Cushite woman. Numbers, the 12th chapter. Right? Because somebody brought this up one time at camp, because we started talking about people who from the lineage of Ham, people who from the lineage of Israel, right? So now in Numbers, the 12th chapter, 12 and 1. So it says, and Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married, for he had married an Ethiopian woman, right? So now his brother and sister is getting on him about marrying a heathen woman, or a woman that was not from their kindred. Then it says, and they said, have the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses? Hath he not spoken also by us? And the Lord heard it. Right? Jump down to verse 4. And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam, come out ye three unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out. And the Lord came down in the pillar of the cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth. And he said, hear now my words. if there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will I speak unto him in a dream. Now, I'm going to stop there. This conversation is going on, is dealing with one of the things that we just read, which was what was said in the second verse, right? What happened in the first verse is not addressed by the Most High as you read all of this discussion. They're getting on him about him marrying this Ethiopian woman. Most High ain't dealing with none of that. He cool, like, all right, fine. Then he's going, well, hold on, are you the only one that the Most High got to deal with? Whoa. The Most High heard that and said, okay, let me come and set the record straight on why that is. It wasn't that the Most High just allowed Moses to go out there and marry, no. They were being their brother's keepers. They was right on that part to get on Moses about that. Was Moses perfect? No. The Most High even had issues with him about him not sanctifying the people to the point where he says you can't set foot in Israel. You will not set foot. You will see it, but you won't set foot in there. So it's not to say that, oh, well, because Moses went and did it, that it's okay. Because you don't see the Most High's swift judgment on Moses, oh, it's okay. Or like Gabar brought up this night in class about Judah going down to go and find a prostitute, which he didn't know was his son's wife, right? He went out and found a prostitute. So now you read now, it's like, oh, snap. One of the patriarchs of Israel was dealing with prostitutes. I guess it's cool to deal with prostitutes. No, it ain't. The law says there shall be no whores of the daughters of Israel. So now how you gonna go say, okay, I guess it's okay because Judah did? No, he was wicked too. It's just the fact that you don't see every time someone's swift judgment where it's read, oh, Judah, the Most High plagued Judah, or the Most High broke his knees, or the Most High did this. No, you don't always see that. Some of this has to be left up for your own reasoning to know that that was wrong. Based on law, that was wrong. Based on everything that we see around scriptures, that was wrong. So Miriam and Aaron getting on Moses about that, there was nothing wrong with that. The Most High didn't intervene with that. The Most High only intervened when they started thinking that they was bigger than what they were. Are you the only one? Can it be somebody else? And the Lord came and jacked up Miriam behind that and said, listen, I'm only, a lot of prophets, they see visions, they see this. But him, I come speak face to face with him. I come down in the tabernacle and I talk with him. That's why he's the one. And I'm upset for you in questioning that, questioning my judgment. Because now, even though they said it to Moses, they're really not getting on Moses because it's not Moses' authority. That's the Most High decision to do. So now they're questioning the God as to why is he the only one? Why it can't be someone else? Oh, you want to know? Now let me come down and have a chit chat with you and spank you on the hand for questioning me in that manner, right? So now let's go back to Numbers 25.
That was verse 6, right?
Yeah, I stopped at verse 6.
Now we back in verse 7.
So Numbers 25, and we at, I'm gonna read verse 6 again into 7. It says, and behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses, and in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. So now, as these men is being killed, right? People is mourning and crying for what had been done for Israel going a whoring. And this guy strolling with this Midianitish woman. And they're like, wait, what the heck, right? So now, as this happens, someone is going to take charge. Verse 7. And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand. So he like, wait, what? You ain't see what that? And he got up and went after them, right? Verse 8, and he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrust both of them through, and thrust both of them through. So like the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel. So now, as he's seen them coming in the camp, he's probably spotting them. And they looking like, oh, snap, what the heck is this? And he go into his tent. He go grab a javelin and bust up in the tent. and probably had some words for him, like, yo, you know, this is wicked, da da da. Bah! Then the woman sitting there and listen, I'm about to get all his wickedness out of Israel. Bow! Jabbed her in the doggone belly. And they both died in the tent, right? Now, again, if someone would have had that happen in today's time, they would be like, yo, that is wicked as hell. Now, what would make it wicked is the fact that we don't have the authority to execute judgment anymore like we did in the past, because we are under grace. So no one, I don't care what you're dealing with, should be trying to thinking that you're going to be like Phineas, because Phineas is going to get a bit of honor here from the Most High. But that was back then. We don't have that authority right now. Yahweh Kanan.
Remember that he's talking about a plague.
The
plagues came from the children of Israel.
Right.
So some kind of plague was going on, and he had to stop it.
Right. But read this in John 3. John 3:17. Y'all come on if you can read that.
John 3:17. For God sent not his son into the world to condemn the world.
To do what?
To condemn the world.
So now you had a lot of us who were doing sin, who had enough wickedness in us that was worthy of death to be condemned. But he said, I didn't send Yahweh into the world to condemn the world, but read.
But that the world through him might be saved.
Right. So now it's about changing your thinking, saving you from yourself, of your thinking, your process, your deductive reasoning of what's good and what's bad. Right. Knowing who you are, knowing what the righteousness of God is, and not what the worldly philosophies teach us. So this is what is
your input is invalid.
This is where our opportunity is to save ourselves. So if you do see somebody doing wrong, it's not for you to say, we're looking to kill you. We're looking to put you to death like Phineas did. No, it's like, listen, I'm trying to help you save yourself. Turn your way, turn back from all those wicked things that you are doing so that you can have life. If not, you're going to fall victim to the perils that the Most High has in store as far as for judgment, right? So this is where what we're reading here in the Numbers doesn't correlate to today's time, doesn't correlate to even Christ's time. This was back then when the law, the Most High had it, and it was hot in effect, where we picked up stones and stoned people. We burned people. We did that, execute or trying to get wickedness from out of Israel. But now let's go back to Numbers 25 and 8. Again. Gun.
That's going to read is John 18 and 31. That's going to read it. John 18 verse 31. This is back then, you know. Then said Pilate unto them, take ye him and judge him according to your law. The Jews therefore said unto him, it is not lawful for us to put any man to death.
Oh, Jesus, right?
Right. They wanted to put Yahweh to death, but he was saying, listen, y'all got your own laws.
Right.
Handle that. But sure, we had laws and we had ways of dealing with it, but what they wanted to do was put him to death, right? And it was like, listen, we can't put no man to death. We don't have that authority. That's only y'all. Romans do that. That's why we coming to you. We want y'all to kill this man, right? So even then, we didn't have the authority to do that because we understood that we were under their regime. And they took that away from us. We always had to go to the courts to get judgment from them on how they was going to handle somebody. Now, they could have went out there and done street justice, but they would have the same thing like that. They would have put themselves in jeopardy where they would have been tried for a crime.
They'd have to answer for Pilate and so on and so forth.
Yep.
We can't be out there be judge, jury, and execution out there.
Right. All right. So, verse 9. And those that died in the plague were 24,000. Right.
Could have been more.
Huh?
Could have been more.
It could have been more. Right.
Phineas stopped that.
Phineas stopped that, because once that happened, it was just like, now we got somebody who's standing up, to be that full example, to be that full priest or leader within the people to stop wickedness, right? It says, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Phineas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, have turned my wrath away from the children of Israel, while he was zealous for my sake among them, that I consumed not the children of Israel in my jealousy, right? So now you have one amongst us who had the same rage and jealousy as the Most High, who went out there and tried to take wickedness out of Israel. Now the Most High is honoring and acknowledging him for his duty. Wherefore say, behold, I give unto him my covenant of peace, and he shall have it, and his seed after him, even the covenant of an everlasting priesthood, because he was zealous for his power and made an atonement for the children of Yasha'Allah, or Israel, right? So this priest, this man Phineas, that came out of Aaron's lineage, now has received a covenant from the Most High, a covenant of peace, like we read, Shalom. And now it was going to be with his lineage and his lineage only, for his valiant acts that he did when the plague was upon Israel. Right? Go to Psalms. The book of Psalms 106. Psalms 106. I'm going to start at 26.
Anyway, 106 who?
106 and 26.
Therefore, okay.
Everybody got it?
No, I got it.
All right, read that.
They use the phone. Therefore, he lifts up his hands against them to overcome them in the wilderness. That would be
Overthrow.
Moses, right?
Huh? To overthrow.
Yeah. To overthrow them in the wilderness.
Uh-huh.
That would be Moses, right?
No. This is the Most High.
Oh, this God?
This is God. Go to start from 25.
But murmur in their tent and hearken not unto the voice of the Lord.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, he lifts up his hands against them and overthrows them in the wilderness.
Right. So this is the Israel murmuring against the Most High, and then the Most High getting upset, and then put his hand to overthrow them in the wilderness.
Yeah. When you say that right there, when I read that right there, it makes a person feel like he stayed in there.
Huh?
It makes a person feel like he stayed in there.
Yeah. Most High, because the Most High is everywhere. His eminence is everywhere. His essence is everywhere.
But did they see him?
No.
But it makes him,
But hold on, we read before that no man can see the Most High and live. So this is just his power, his essence. He could be in someone else and cause an angel to come down and cause his spirit to be in a man like Phineas for him to go do certain things. So he didn't have to be there for someone to feel the wrath of the Lord, right? The Lord can do all kind of things to make you feel his power. But read.
Yes. Yes.
Say that again?
27.
To overthrow their seeds also among the nations and to scatter them in the land.
Uh-huh.
They joined themselves also unto Balabor,
Be Al Peor.
Peor, and ate the sacrifice of the dead.
And ate the sacrifices of the dead, right? So now when you start going into their customs, that's one thing that most times people fail to realize. It's just like they worship their gods, but then they have all these varieties of different rituals that they had to follow, right? If you watch sometimes CNN or art and entertainment and you see the other nations and the customs that they do, the food that they eat, it's like, yo, what is, I remember they were showing one years ago when I used to watch when Real World first came out, and they had them go over to some country as an like a little exhibition, and they sitting there and they bring cow's blood, like a bowl of cow's blood, and they had to just go and drink the cow's blood. That was their custom. I was like, wait, what? What the heck is this? So now we know the law, the Most High says we ain't supposed to eat no blood. But this was a part of their custom. Like, you now come visiting them, first thing they're giving you is cow's blood to drink. And if you don't drink it, it's like dishonorable. Right? That's how it is when you deal with certain customs of countries. When you go into this, like, okay, look, I'm about to give you all what is delicacies for us. And you looking at that, you like, what the hell is
McDonald's?
Yeah, yeah, you'd rather go to McDonald's after seeing something. You're like, man, I don't want none of this stuff. And then it's like, you don't eat it, they're gonna look at you away. So that's why the Lord has us, you know, separating ourselves to a certain extent from them, so that you don't even have to deal with that to a degree.
I remember one time, I remember doing the news, they had the Olympics in Seoul, and people went out there to eat the local food there.
I seen that one.
And they saw all kind of stuff.
I remember that.
All kind of abomination. They said those guys have like chicken.
I remember that they had a long, like, you know how we go to like, yeah, no, like if you go to like street vendors, like in their different booths, it was a long row of just street vendors, and they had all spiders and scorpions, and it was all fried up, put chocolate on it, and people coming up like the news report. That's why I couldn't do that job. Because you as a reporter, you got to go to this country and then, like, you know, experience the culture and the lifestyle. So here they're giving you frogs and lizards and all this stuff, and you picking and eating like chicken. It's like, you're like, heck nah, I ain't doing that. But it was like 75% abominable food that they had on that thing. Everything. You go, but that's like more in the rural areas where you'll find that to be like the real delicacy. Like they really doing like different domesticated animals. You're like, yo, nah, this is too much. And then you feel away because you don't even know. Like when you go to certain places, you don't know what it is that they do. Like I remember when I was overseas, and I went and got a meal at a restaurant, and I had got a lasagna, a meat lasagna, and it talked about it. It had like what they call hot flesh, which is supposed to be beef. So I'm eating it, I'm kind of like feeling like sick. Like after the third bite, I'm like, what the heck? I'm looking at him like, well, it looked like beef. It said it's beef. So then I asked him, I was like, what's in the lasagna? And he's like, it's hot flesh. I was like, it's just beef. He's like, no, we mix pork and beef together in the thing, and then we make this. I was like, okay, there it is, because that's what they do. And those there, even though it'll say one thing, it'll be some other stuff up in there. So you kind of don't know what else is up in the stuff that they don't disclose. That's the same thing for a lot of restaurants here, where they may have like the secret recipe, the secret ingredient. You don't know what the secret ingredient is. That's a part of their pat. That's what make their dish their dish. That's like grandma's cornbread. You like, grandma, where's that recipe? I ain't getting nobody my cornbread. Well, come on, you give me a little bit. I can give you a little bit of the stuff, but my secret ingredient, I ain't letting that go. Yeah, but the fat back, all that used to add flavoring and stuff. But I've seen it where for certain things, they'll put like the extra ingredient season is crawfish, right? They'll say crawfish is in there, but they won't put that on them. They're not obligated to put those things on there. Certain crustaceans, they're not obligated by law to divulge their secret ingredient. That's their own patent. So you like, you don't know what you're getting. That's why you gotta bless your food, right? You go to a restaurant, it's just, okay, it's just this. Okay, let me bless it, because I'm going based off of what I see and what I know, right? Yahuwah.
Yeah, but you know, if you travel like somebody who would travel a lot,
Like me.
yeah,
Like me.
you, and you don't know the language too much, or you don't know whatever.
Chicken
Like
wings,
this chef that we had spoken to him at camp. He said that he's a chef, but he makes all kind of soups and all kind of stuff like that. So he said that he don't taste it. You don't taste it at all. Let's say, you mean you don't taste it? So no, I don't taste it because apparently he doesn't want to eat all of that stuff.
So he, based on him working at the establishment,
Yeah,
that's what's on the menu. So he gotta cook it, but he don't eat it.
so he's not eating it.
Yeah.
Oh, he said because he knows what he's cooking and so he don't want to eat that clam chowder.
Yeah.
All that. So he don't want to eat it. So he's like, he will cook it, but he's not
Yeah.
gonna eat it.
That chefs, you do like regurgitate their food.
Okay, girl.
What do you mean?
Like,
Throw it up.
when
That's
they
what
cook
they
it,
mean.
they eat it and throw it up.
Why?
Because they're constantly cooking, they have to constantly taste it and, you know.
I never heard that. That's
I
interesting.
never heard that. But if I was a chef, I would just cook the stuff, but I'm not gonna eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What verse are we again?
We have Psalms 106, and we stopped at.
27, 8.
All right.
No.
Stop at 28, right?
Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
Keep going?
Yep.
Okay. Some state provoked him to anger with their inventions, and the plague breaks in upon them.
Right. So they went out whoring and sacrificing their gods and worshiping, and then the Most High brought a plague upon them. Read.
Then stood up
Phinehas.
and executed judgment, and so the plague was stayed.
Right. So when he did what he did, that stayed the plague. That's like during the time of Moses, when the Most High was upset for when they went and started sacrificing to those other gods, and the Most High had the plague spread throughout Israel. And then Moses and Aaron went and got the censer and put up the censer. And then the censer stopped the plague, right? And they saw the angel standing there in the heavens and with the sword, but then the censer stopped it, and they looked back. You had a whole bunch of Israel dead, and everybody else on the other side spared, right? So because of that act, the plague was stayed. Because of what Phinehas did, he stayed the plague of the Most High going and killing the men. They took the heads of the leaders, but other people also had to get killed at that time for what they were doing, blind leading the blind. All right, so that was Psalms 106. Verses 26 down to 30. No, keep reading.
Okay, 31. And that was counted to him for righteousness and to all generations forevermore.
Right, and that was counted unto him for righteousness. Right, so his name now has a memorial attached to it based on what he did, what we're reading here in Numbers 25. Forevermore, right? So he'll always have his name in the books for his righteousness. So that was now 106, Psalms 26 to 30 to verse 31. So now let's go back to Numbers 25.
Verse 12. You always go back and read it again.
Yeah. It says, wherefore, verse 12, wherefore say, behold, I give unto him my covenant of peace, and he shall have it, and his seed after him, even the covenant of an everlasting priesthood, because he was zealous for his power and made an atonement for the children of Israel, right? So he was of the priesthood, but now he has a covenant of priests forevermore. Now, back then, what was different, because you see, like when you look at priests today, right, you just see priests who just hang out in the sanctuary, you know, they're going around and they just speaking and preaching. But the priests back then was warriors, right? They fought. Like you see him when he picked up a javelin and went and spared this person, killed 2 people, right? You look at doing the Maccabees. These was men, they went out there and fought, led the charge, right? Even Phinehas, go to Numbers, I think 31.
to the school, the priest. They carry their sword with them.
Yeah.
Wow, you know? What did he say now?
Numbers 31.
Numbers 31. Yeah. Priest.
So Numbers 31. I'm gonna read 1 down to Numbers 31, 1 down to 7. I'm gonna read this one. It says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Avenge the children of Israel of the Midianites. Afterward shalt thou be gathered unto thy people. And Moses spake unto the people, saying, Arm some of yourselves unto the war, and let them go against the Midianites and avenge the Lord of Midian. Of every tribe 1,000 throughout all the tribes of Israel shall ye send to the war. So there were delivered out of the thousands of Israel 1,000 of every tribe, 12,000 armed for war. And Moses sent them to the war, 1,000 of every tribe, them and Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the priest, to the war with the holy instruments and the trumpets to blow in his hand." So here it is. You'll see sometimes that the priest also, according to Numbers 10 and 10, that when we go to war, we're supposed to do what? Blow the ram's horn. Why? So you write down Numbers 10 and Numbers 10 and 9. Numbers 10 and 9 says, "And if you go to war in your land against the enemy that oppresseth you, then shall ye blow an alarm with the trumpets, and ye shall be remembered before the Lord your power, and ye shall be saved from your enemies." So this was something that was a part of law, that when we went to war against those that was oppressing us, we blew the ram's horn. That is law. And then the Most High would be remembered of us, and he would help us overcome our enemies. So that's why now we're reading here in Numbers 31. Numbers 31 and verse 6, where it says that Phinehas and the son of Eleazar the priest to the war with the holy instruments and the trumpets to blow in his hand as they're going out to war, because that was the law. All right, so let me write this down. This was Numbers 31, 1 to 6, and then Numbers 10 and 9. All right, so let's go back to Numbers 25. Verse.
You ran right into something else.
Because if the priests don't have their swords, they have the temple guard, so no one can just run up in the temple. Like
Yeah, right. So we read 13. It says, "And he shall have it, and his seed after him, even the covenant of an everlasting priesthood, because he was zealous for his power and made an atonement for the children of Israel. Now the name of the Israelite that was slain, even that was slain with the Midianitish woman, was Zimri, the son of Zelu, a prince of a chief house among the Simeonites." Right? So it was Simeon. Simeon went out there and did this. Right? And the name of the Midianitish woman was slain Cosbi, the daughter of Zur, who was head over a people and of a chief house in Midian. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, "Vex the Midianites and smite them, for they vex you with their wiles, wherewith they have beguiled you in the matter of Peor, and in the matter of Cosbi, the daughter of a prince of Midian, their sister, which was slain in the day of the plague for Peor's sake." Right? So now I need you to go and war against them, because they caused you to go off. go a whoring. Now you got to take vengeance upon them for what they caused me to take vengeance upon you. It was because of them that got us in the jam, and the Most High started slaying us, and now we done got everything straight. So now once that's done, now you got to go and rid yourselves from them, right? Again, this is the God is love.
Real love.
Yeah.
Lord, Exodus 15, I think.
3.
Yeah. Exodus 15:3. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
Right. Most High is a man of war. So when we start looking at, some of the things that we have going on the earth, it's not by chance that it's like that. Most High likes war. He likes the conflict. Right? He sets up kings. He sets up nations. He sets up empires. He told Daniel when he was with what's his name? I want to had a dream. Nebuchadnezzar. He set him up. Listen, you're in rulership. You're king now, but somebody's coming after you. They're going to come and war and conquer you. Then after them, another's going to war and conquer them. Then after them, another's going to war and conquer them. The Most High had already set all that up, right? So he's the man, or he's the ruler, the power of war. Y'all can.
All right, all is reading. I'm with you.
Ezekiel 18, verse 32.
Ezekiel 18.
32.
Ezekiel 18, verse 32. For I have no pleasure in the death of him that dieth, said the Lord God. Wherefore turn yourselves and live ye. But the Most High don't have any pleasure of killing Israel, just for the joy of killing. The Most High have no pleasure in that.
Right, because we read the verse before.
Yeah. Verse 32. Cast away from you all your transgressions, whereby ye have transgressed, and make you a new heart and a new spirit. For why will ye die, whole house of Israel? Right.
So why would you choose that? I'm giving you the opportunity, space to change that. Right. Now, I don't have joy in killing you, but if I have to rid evil out of the majority of you, I will. Right. That's what the Lord is saying. But that's where repentance comes in. And he was offering repentance then. Repentance ain't a new thing that just came in the New Testament. It was also back then. Yeah. All right. So that was Numbers, the 25th chapter. 18 verses kind of short. So we're going to take a break. It's about quarter to 1. Take a break and then come back to do the 26th chapter.
Well, we got 65 verses.
Yeah.
65?
Yeah. A lot of good Hebrew reading. All right, so we'll come back after about a quarter after 1 to do the second half.
Okay, what's up with you?
All right, shalom.